What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what could you buy for $45,000. My next project car is going to be the Vader G35, and I believe the project is going to cost right about that $45,000. And I was wondering, what else could you buy for $45,000 that's just out there on the market? I drive what I think is a pretty cool car. It is an Infiniti G37 made in 2008 and done a whole bunch of mods to the car, red wheels, carbon fiber fenders, carbon fiber interior, things like that. But I have a lot of people that come up to me and they're like, dude, I wish I could have your car. It's the most amazing thing, but there's just no way I could ever afford something like that. It's got to be like the most expensive thing you've ever had. What they don't know is that the car only cost me $5,000 when I originally bought it. It did have a dent in the side of the car, but after everything's been said and done, I've only put in about $10,000 into the car with modifications and fixing things up, things needing repaired, that sort of thing. And in the end, that's only $15,000 that the car has actually cost me. There's tons of cars you can buy on the used market for $15,000 that are pretty nice. You can actually find some really solid Nissan 350Zs for $15,000 that don't have the issues that my car has, as an example. With the Vader being my next project car, one of the things that I think is going to happen is people are going to be like, wow, I wish I could have that car. It's just looks like it's the most expensive thing in the world, but little do they know it only cost me about $45,000. So I wanted to see what other kind of cars out there you could buy for $45,000 brand new that people buy all the time. Now, the Vader is not practical. You can't haul a whole bunch of stuff in it or anything. It is more of a sports car type of car. So I do understand why people would go with these other options rather than the Vader. However, let's get into some of those other options to see what else you could buy. A lot of the options that I kind of found out here are more on the practical side, but I did also do some cars that are more sports cars, and things like that. First off, we have the 2023 Toyota Sienna. Tons of different models for all these cars as well. I just chose the ones that are right about that $45,000 range. If you got kind of a mid-tier, the XSE, it's kind of like the sport model for this car. It's about $44,000 MSRP. You could go with a Toyota Highlander XSE, again, kind of like the middle of the road. Um, it's about $45,000. Again, also depends on what kind of packages you're getting, accessories, all that sort of stuff. So a lot of times you could actually get one that's more like $40,000, and you could easily get $5,000 worth of accessories afterwards. When I did work at Toyota, there wasn't a whole lot of people who got a lot of accessories when they did get the cars, but I mean, there were some people who did spend quite a bit of cash on some accessories. I could also go with the Toyota Supra, believe it or not. Only the 2.0 model. I guess that one starts at $44,000. They also have the 3.0 at 53, all the way up to almost $60,000 for the A91 manual transmission one. Beautiful. So, but yeah, you could get the 2.0. I haven't heard a whole lot about that one. It looks cool because it is a Supra, but obviously not as fast as the 3.0 engine. Along with Nissan, we have the Nissan Maxima. About middle of the road for the Nissan Maxima. I don't think it was kind of top of the line, but this one definitely, yeah. The top of the line actually is about $45,000. So with tax and everything would be over. They have the Nissan Z Sport, starting MSRP at $40,000. They did have some other options here as well, but it goes on into the $50,000 range. Nissan Pathfinder, very practical vehicle. $43,000 for middle of the road, and also the Nissan Murano. This one's actually almost top of the line, $45,000. So you get a really nice one for that $45,000 range. And we also have the Mazda CX-9, and this one is $46,000. I think this is more the top of the line for this one. Maybe it was like the middle of the road, but 46K for a very practical SUV. Might have even third row seating, which is way better for hauling a lot of people. So we also have the Mazda Miata. Now, this one was actually kind of interesting because you can get the car for like $28,000 brand new. But if you get every single thing, the car's completely built out. It's $42,333. I did all of the accessories, all of everything. Like, if people really, really wanted the best of the best Miata, almost $45,000 for this car. And then also, if you want to go with Infiniti, since I already have an Infiniti, and since we're also doing the project car for the Infiniti, the Infiniti G35 to the Vader G35, you can get a 300 horsepower Infiniti Q60, which I thought the Q50 was 15 grand cheaper than the Q60. They're both actually about the same price, the Q50 and the Q60, which is the 2-door versus the 4-door. They're both about the same price starting out, but you can get the top of the line one for like 60K. So that's where that's where it does come in a little bit different, which it might be the same thing for the Q50 as well, actually. Let me look this up here real quick. The Q50. Yeah, same thing with the Q50. It would go up to almost 60K for the top of the line Q50. So yeah, depending on what model you wanted to get, I guess they're both about the same price. I always thought that if you wanted the 2-door, you're gonna spend a ton more money, but not actually the case. So anyway, those are all brand new cars. What could you get for 45 grand on the used market? So what I did real quick is all I did was I put in what kind of cars you could get between $40,000 and $50,000. Cool thing about the used market is there is some negotiation with the prices. Some cars are just way overpriced, but I did just kind of do the 40 to 50K just to kind of see what kind of range you could find. First one I thought was pretty sweet. First one popped up, Dodge Viper, 1995, $48,000 for this thing. Looks immaculate. Doesn't look like there's a scratch on the thing. Looks like it's also never been driven because it hasn't. 24,000 miles on the car. Next one, we have a Nissan GTR, 1990s. It's R32 GTR for 48 grand. Only has 25,000 miles on it. They actually had some pictures on here like, oh, this doesn't have any rust on it. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't think so. Also, we have tons of Corvettes on the feed for Marketplace. And I always thought that they were more money than that. I think it's more just on the new market. We have a Roush supercharged Mustang. The guy wants 40K for this thing. I just had a buddy who put a Whipple supercharger on his car, and I'm pretty sure he had it done somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it cost him like 15 to 20 grand for install and all the different stuff for it. It was could have been 30 grand for it. It was either 15 or 30 grand for the whole like package to get it installed on his car. So the fact this guy only wants 40 grand and it's already supercharged, that's pushing well over 500 horsepower. We also have a 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT. Wants 45, just about $45,000 for it. And then last and definitely most least is I found this bad boy. It's a 2015 Chevy Cruze. And I thought this was like a sleeper or something. I was like, oh, here we go. This guy's got an LS in it, all-wheel drive, all this stuff. No, he wants 50K for this thing, and it's stock. It's a stock manual Chevy Cruze. Pretty sure he just accidentally put an extra zero on it. He probably wants 5 grand for it. I'm not going to message him to find out, but it's just kind of funny. Funny the things you find on Marketplace sometimes. And again, the goal for the Vader project is to save up money until August of 2027, and then that's when I'll buy all the parts for the project. You know, the car, the kit, all the different parts for building the Vader kit. And if for some reason that falls through, they stop making the Vader kit, and there's nothing more we can do, there's tons of other projects out there, as you guys can tell. I'm sure there's more that we could try and find, even for less money than 45,000, and build it up to be something cooler. So you know, we are currently 10% of the way saving up for the Vader project, so we're definitely making some solid progress. Still on course, on par with making it to the goal of having the $42,500 saved up by August of 2027. That being said, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video here today. I have some more videos in the works here coming up soon, talking about the Infiniti G37, also some video game compilations, and just some other random car stuff that I have some ideas for doing some videos for. Also, really excited, we have Z-Days coming up right around the corner. I got a couple trophies here over the last couple years, and my goal this year is to get 3 trophies. Last year I got 2 of them. One of them was for Casino Night. I had the second most chips out of everybody else playing some Texas Hold'em. Very fun. The other one I got for the Trek X event, got first place for that one, getting the fastest time around the cones that they have set up. Just an amazing event. I really want to try and do some solid filming. Just got this bad boy, GoPro, so we'll be definitely taking some solid video of the event down at the Z-Days. Definitely stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in the next video.